and welcome to Charts and Hearts. I'm Sarah, and she's Lindsay.
And together we're working our way through an epic list of rom-coms in order to find and categorize tropes in the hopes of creating the nerdiest spreadsheet podcasts have ever seen.
And on this episode, we are doing The Night Before Christmas. Yes, The Night with a K Before Christmas. Shockingly high quality, but not that high quality.
Not that
Netflix
high quality, but higher quality than you would
Christmas
expect.
movie.
I think this is the first or second one after Christmas Prince, so my expectations were low because that movie sucks.
Yes, it's way better than Christmas Prince. It's not as good as A Castle for Christmas, but nothing is.
No, nothing is.
Yeah, it's very enjoyable. I mean, it's bad, but in a fun way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, there are very specific tiers for Hallmarky Christmas movies.
Yeah.
And this is on a higher tier.
Yeah, it's in the top half. Yeah, this is the Vanessa Hudgens one where the knight in shining armor travels from the 1300s to 2019 small town Ohio/Ontario. Yeah. It takes place in Ontario, but they filmed it in a town of like the same name of the made-up town in Ontario. Bracebridge or something like that. Anyways, irrelevant. Yes, ridiculous movie of, but it's very fun and very Christmassy.
Mm-hmm. And he's so charming.
So charming. Okay.
Yeah. So, how? Like, I've met so many questions. Why 1334? Like, what does that number have to do with anything?
I don't know.
Like, what is there that? Like, I don't know how long England had official knights that like jousted for, but like, you know, it could have been later.
Yeah, it's like they just picked a number. I'm not.
They just
really
picked a number,
sure.
and it's like a very specific number too. It's very weird.
Yeah, and like, yeah, how does he get to Ohio?
Yeah, from it's weird that it's time travel and space travel. Like,
well, and because so there's an argument to be told because like the Earth is moving. So,
yeah.
Like, over 700 years, the same spot is not the same spot, but like it's most likely that you would end up like in outer space if you time traveled.
Yeah,
not like if you time
like
traveled from the same spot. Also time travel is not real, but you know.
But also like every other time travel movie, isn't it the same spot?
Almost always,
always, right?
Yeah, it's very arbitrary.
Yeah.
But I guess because he time traveled, like he traveled to do this quest that he was sent on. So maybe
I guess
like,
so. He was traveling.
Space traveled.
Yeah, he was traveling for this quest.
Yes,
I guess because his true love was, I can't do math, 700 years later.
Yeah, I don't really know why. Yeah, I don't know why. Like it's kind of one of those like not very hopeful for the concept of like soulmates. If your soulmate is 700 years, 700 years to find a soulmate.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Should we start with the anachronisms?
Yes.
Historical inaccuracies.
Yes. So like you don't see a lot of 1334, which is not surprising because they did not obviously do research into it because the first thing you see is wreaths and also like highly decorated wreaths, not like just like boughs in a circle, which I don't know if they had then. Obviously, whatchamacallit, Saturnalia.
Saturnalia and like pagan things and
pagan stuff
sort of
had
Yule things. There was lots of things about trees.
Yeah, and had boughs that they would like hang on things, but I don't know in a circle, let alone a perfect circle that was obviously made with the frame.
Yeah, there was obviously some hot glue in there. Yeah. Also, the like shockingly bright red fabric. Like there's that sort of dull historical red fabric, which was like very fancy, but then there's the red that's like, oh, this fabric was bleached and then dyed red, which that wouldn't have happened. Yeah. Also, I feel like the old crone is wearing like teal or something. Like she's definitely got some kind of shininess going on with her. And everybody's very clean and well kept.
Of course. Yeah.
All the clothing is very wrong. And they're going like on a Christmas day or like a winter hunt, sort of like a celebration-y hunt, wearing full chainmail and armor. I don't think so.
Don't think that's how that works. Why would they need chainmail? Aren't they hunting the falcon?
Yeah.
Like,
But like, how would you know he's a knight if he's not wearing chainmail?
It's true. And then later, of course, he does discuss like how they decorated his Christmas tree. And I was like, Christmas trees didn't come to England until the late 1800s.
Yeah.
So...
I feel like there was like they would do things in like outdoor trees like the pagans would, but I don't think the Christians would have, because it's very anti-pagan. Yeah.
Exactly. If you want to know more about the Christmas trees stuff, we actually did a Christmas episode in like I think our first season of Nature Finds a Way.
Oh yeah.
Like, all the way back. We talked about Christmas trees and Santa and
like reindeer.
It
was very
all
fun.
Sorts of stuff. It was super fun, and it really gets down to like when Christmas trees started being a thing, and turkey and all that stuff. Anyway,
so fun.
I just remembered that. Moving on. Like all time travel movies, including movies that we have watched and discussed already, but won't come out until January. If you travel through time 700 years or less, you will die.
Or at
from
least
diseases.
get like so many diseases.
Yeah.
Like
So
many.
So many diseases. And then you'll be a super spreader.
Yeah. Yeah, and also, like, I wonder what else was happening in the 1300s. Oh, the Black Plague? Yeah, okay. Also, so yeah, he arrives and she hits him with her car, but like very gently, and also he's wearing armor, so he's mostly fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, she like just brings him to her house, even though he seems a little unhinged. Like,
yeah, and has a sword.
Yep, has a giant sword, is wearing armor, has no idea what's going on, but also is not freaking out enough.
Yeah, no, he's not freaking out enough. Like, he's very curious.
No. Yeah,
but
like not confused enough.
No.
Yeah. But yeah, no, like as somebody who lives alone, I would not invite a stranger to even stay in my guest house.
Nope.
Yeah. I don't know. Especially like, well, I guess or maybe I would, but I would have somebody like also stay over. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
but
just a
also
little
like
sketchy.
the opportunity for him to stay in this very small town's probably very nice police station was available.
Yeah.
And so
yeah, or like at the police officer's house, or like so many options.
Just a man's house. Like, yeah.
But she has a beautifully decorated, very Christmassy guest house that's just sitting empty.
Yep.
Why?
Just fully decorated.
Like, I'm assuming she Airbnbs it, but like, why was it empty?
I don't know. But if she Airbnbs it, that would make sense as to why she's so comfortable with having random people in her guest house.
That's true. Yeah. That's true. I'm just, she's a small town teacher, but she has this giant. I mean, she inherited the house from her.
She inherited the
parents,
house, but
houses have maintenance.
Well, no, she's in a Christmas movie. Nothing costs anything.
Well, obviously.
And also, it's very convenient that she ran into this guy. I guess the day school ended.
Yeah, so she has lots of time to spend with him.
Lots of
because
time.
it's Christmas holidays. Well, that's how Christmas movies work.
Exactly. Oh yeah, and then all of my other notes go to the end of the movie.
Yes, yeah. So then, they sort of fall for each other and blah blah blah, and they save Christmas, and look after the family with the dad and the dead mom and the little kids and blah blah blah.
Yeah,
and everything's great. And then he
and I
travels
totally
back in time.
Cry in a Vanessa Hudgens movie, and I'm upset by it.
But you're so brave to admit it in public.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, and then he travels back, and then he's like, "No, wait, I figured it out. My quest was true love." And then the old crone's like, "You're right," and sends him back.
Yeah,
I guess.
Like, how did he? Don't try to make the thing make sense. It doesn't.
No.
Yes. So then at the end, it's like, okay, so he's gonna need to have some document forgery to like get a driver's license and social security and a job and I don't know.
Shots.
Yeah,
everything.
Oh my god, all the vaccinations,
underwear,
showers. Yeah, learn about underwear and like shoes.
Yep.
And like driving.
Capitalism.
Yeah,
it's interesting. But they do ride off on his horse, and everybody claps. I don't know if it's everybody's.
If like a romantic couple in front of you rode off on a horse out into the sunset, I would clap. That feels clap.
Well, like, I feel it's hard to tell that if it's clapping for the protagonist trope or because they were all like way too excited that a horse was there.
Maybe they
like,
think it's part of the performance at the Christmas Village.
Maybe that's why they're clapping like a horse. Clap, 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 clap. Also, why is this?
Yeah, he's the actor playing the knight, and he picked his damsel in distress, and
dress up?
That's the end of the performance. I
don't know.
Unclear.
Why is this seemingly free Christmas Village open on Christmas Day? Also,
I don't know. Also, why would you have a giant gala on Christmas Eve night?
Yeah, I know. That sounds
like people have plans.
Yeah. They're like, oh, I feel so bad we're leaving because my child is asleep, but it's Christmas Eve, so they didn't do any of the Christmas Eve things that they needed to do.
It's so strange. And then it, like, not ominously, but like leadingly, you go back and you see his brother talking to the crone about his life, and then there's no sequel. And there's no sequel. Why.
It's very upsetting. I think it's because Princess Switch was too successful. And
I guess so. Yeah,
a bunch of sequels of that.
2 Vanessa Hudgens Netflix movie series.
Apparently not.
But like, upsetting. They could send the brother to a totally different time period, and then she doesn't have to be in it.
Yeah.
Oh well.
They're really good at linking Netflix Christmas movies together, as we'll get to.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
Also, I tried to look up what Vanessa Hudgens is doing now, and it doesn't seem to be much.
She's been doing lots of Broadway stuff.
Oh yeah.
She was in Tick Tick Boom, and she was fantastic.
She was fantastic in that. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And she's been doing lots of theater stuff, I think. Okay. Tropes.
Yes. Oh boy.
Oh, we have everybody's fave.
Yeah. Protagonist who's been burned by love and therefore doesn't believe in soulmates and tells her 14-year-old student that.
Yep. And then she gets a soulmate.
Yep.
Oh, shockingly, I don't know how we could have predicted this. The deadline of his quest was Christmas Eve.
What? Like
Obviously.
Everything else?
It's always, it's like Christmas Eve or like the same day as the other big thing or...
Big thing? Yeah, that's like all Christmas movies. The deadline is Christmas Eve. I'm like, nobody's doing anything on Christmas Eve.
No.
You're either working because you are a university student who doesn't have any money.
Yeah. Or you work in retail and...
Yeah, or you work in retail. Or you are at home doing nothing because it's the first day off that you've had in a year.
Other than like wrapping presents and wrangling overexcited children.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're not like having a gala, doing tasks, finishing your marketing production or whatever it is that happens in Hallmark movies.
Yeah. Like, seriously, if I have a deadline of Christmas Eve, it's like, can I get it to you in January? Because I know you're not going to look at it.
Exactly. Like, why would I finish something on Christmas Eve? You're not working tomorrow. Why would I be?
Crazy. We have a meet cute where they literally bump into each other.
Mm-hmm. And then he's so handsome, which is true.
He's very handsome.
Yeah. He does have a very handsome and charming shirtless scene when he comes out of the shower, which he didn't seem to be confused about at all and had no problem.
Yeah, he didn't need instructions on how to work inside plumbing.
Yep, no problem.
He never would have had a shower in his life. He would have had like monthly baths.
Yep. No issues being naked in front of a person.
No, especially
had no problem knowing that he needed to wrap a towel around his bits.
Yeah, and like what is a towel? He's, like indoor plumbing doesn't seem to be a problem.
Yeah.
So then they're making bread and it's very cute and he's a very good baker. And then of course he has to help her shape the bread.
Of course.
By wrapping his arms around her.
Of course. That's how you learn how to knead bread, isn't it?
Of course.
There's literally no other way to tell a person how to knead bread.
Nope.
It's very complicated and needs your hands. But then he does heroically rescue the 2 little girls from the ice, and that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And then at the end, unlike other movies that we've talked about, he leaves his whole life behind for a girl that he's known for 5 days.
Yep.
I think he comes on the 19th, and then it's Christmas.
Yep.
So many tropes. And so I guess also like a really quick love affair. Although like,
yeah,
or like really quick falling in love. Okay, Lindsay, does this pass the Bechdel test?
It does. Good job. Yeah. Netflix.
Yeah.
They talk about all sorts of things. They talk about Christmas. They talk about the Christmas feast. They talk about being sad that their parents are dead.
Yeah.
They talk about
her niece.
All sorts of things. Yep. Yeah. The store that her sister runs. Mm-hmm. All that stuff.
Yeah.
Hooray!
Yeah.
Human sisters talking to each other like normal people.
Good job. Okay, let's make a pie.
Mead, which is hot chocolate, which is hilarious.
Yeah, he calls it mead. Into it. Yeah, and like he never would have had chocolate. No wonder he's completely obsessed with it. I don't know, like 20%. It might seem high, but
no, I think it's appropriate because not only is it a Christmas movie, like I just watched one last night, and also in this one they get hot chocolate like 4 times in a day, and I was like,
I know.
how are these people alive?
Ugh, yeah, so much hot chocolate. Okay, references and mentions to other Netflix movies. There's so many. They watch a bunch of Netflix Christmas movies. They talk about it, like they reference the like in the same universe as
Christmas Prince.
The Christmas Prince. So many. I
don't
know,
many.
Like 10?
Yeah. It does make me want to watch Holiday in the Wild again.
Same, because it's so good.
Lady Alexa play. This is like, it's one of those, like, it's hilarious that he doesn't understand what Alexa is, but he also does, and I'm into it.
Well, like, it's like he treats it like it's magic, so that it's not at all surprising that he also assumes that the car is run by, like, secret invisible horses.
Yeah. Exactly.
Another 10?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cable knit sweaters. Once he gets dressed by the sister who conveniently owns a boutique of really nice menswear.
Hopefully underwear. I don't know why I keep bringing this up, but it's just very, like what's going on down there?
He has no idea. Yes, he wears umpteen gorgeous cable knit sweaters. And man, it's really great. I'm here for it.
Also really good jackets, but the sweaters are the best part.
Yeah.
15?
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. So many historical anachronisms.
Yeah.
30?
Yeah.
Or 40?
Yeah. 30.
Okay. And
that leaves us 15 for night puns.
Oh man. There's so many, and it gets really old, but I still laugh or snicker at all of them.
Yep. I'm into it.
So many.
So good.
Oh man. Okay, what do you think is next for them?
I don't know. He seems to have adapted very well.
Yeah.
And so maybe if he can continue to adapt, but that's a lot of work for her, and what will happen when she goes back to school.
Yeah, he needs a 2019 life coach who's not her, or like in addition to her. It seems like the police officer guy seems like a possibility that they would be bros.
Yeah, I think like he's got some people he could be friends with.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like he's like, I'm going to become a police officer. I'm like, I don't. When the police officer's like, you have to pass the psych exam, which is fair.
Yeah, I don't think he would. I think he should just be a nice, quiet baker. It doesn't need to like pass exams. I wouldn't suggest that his reading comprehension is.
Yes, that's in here too. I totally forgot to write it down. He reads a menu with no issues whatsoever. Like regardless of the fact that they were speaking Middle English in 1334, which is another reason to not have picked the Middle Ages.
Yeah, they
like
could have gone
pick a time when
had when comprehension
was slightly more. Yeah. But he was like, "Oh yeah, let me just read this menu." And I'm like, "No, absolutely not."
Unlikely that. Yeah, a squire / he was a baker and then he was a knight would have learned how to read. Basically, back then it would have been like priests only.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, he could open a bakery. He just needs to learn how money works and health and safety laws, and then he should be fine.
And hand washing and germ control. But yeah, I feel optimistic. I wouldn't say that they're necessarily like in it forever because we don't really have enough information about that. But
also he's like 26.
Yeah.
So in 1334, it's weird that he's not married. And also,
I think that's the whole knight thing. Like, I think knights don't necessarily
don't get married.
Yeah.
And he would be middle-aged.
Yeah.
By then. So, is he going to live to his 40s or is he going to live to a normal 2019
I don't know.
age?
Depends if he gets
some vaccines
and dental care and stuff.
Eats an orange?
Yeah. Yeah, more than just at Christmas. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, yeah, this movie, as much as we rag on it, I do really love it.
I love this movie so much. Yeah.
Okay, and Lindsay, what's next for us?
More Christmas and more time travel.
Oh,
but I think this one is not as dramatic time travel. I don't know. Never seen it. We will be watching A Timeless Christmas. It's got time in the title, so you know that it's going to be wibbly wobbly.
And it's a Hallmark possible gem. We'll find out. TBD.
We'll find out. Let you know. On the Patreon, we'll be talking about Happiest Season. No time travel there, I assume.
Nope. Don't think so.
And just Christmas is all around. Speaking
and if you were waiting for Christmas is all around. I was gonna say, if you were waiting until it was more Christmassy, our officially November, but very end of November Patreon episode was Love Actually. So.
Yes, and it's out now. And don't worry, we address it, all of it.
Oh boy,
but it's good. It's a fun episode.
That brings us to the end of this episode about The Night Before Christmas. Don't forget that you can rate and review us wherever you get your podcasts. You can always find us on social media. We're at Charts and Hearts Podcast everywhere, and Charts and Hearts on Twitter.
You can also head to our website, chartsandhearts.com, where you can submit your suggestions for rom-coms and tropes for us to add to the list. Send us more time travel movies if you want us to continuously rag on the inaccuracies of time travel. And you can check out our Patreon at patreon.com/chartsandheartsclub. We do have a fun playlist over there, and we have a fun Christmas one that there's only like 8 songs on there because we've only done, 6 Christmas movies so far. But there will be more.
But that means we can put, because this movie in the credits is one of my top favorite Christmas songs. It's the Bare Naked Ladies, God Rest You
Sarah
Merry
McLachlan.
Gentlemen. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
A+ Christmas song.
So that's a reason to come join us. $2 a month, so you can listen to that song. Otherwise, you can't.
You'll never know. We would love to hear your thoughts on this movie. And in the meantime, hey, buddy, can you maybe stop calling my wife an old crone?